Welcome to another episode of Coffee Time. I'm Matt, that's Jay, not going to screw it up. And today we are talking about Honey Boy, which is the movie written by Shia Labeouf about Shia Labeouf's life growing up as a TV actor as a child. And I guess his dad was a big part in his
growth.
Yeah, his growth. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. His dad really forced him to be an actor. His dad really wasn't kind to him, was this weird kind of older brother figure, I guess is the best way to put it, that wasn't the greatest at the time as a 12-year-old boy. And yeah, this movie stars Lucas Hedges, Shia LaBeouf is playing Shia LaBeouf's dad, which is pretty cool. And then the kid from A Quiet Places, which I'm going to refer to him as. He's great. They're all great in this movie. What'd you think of this movie?
I'm gonna kind of give a general of the entirety of the movie because for the most of it, for about 70 to 80% of the movie, the runtime, it was perfectly fine. Like I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the visuals were cool. There weren't anything that I would be outlandishly talking about, but for most of it, I liked it, but it wasn't nothing crazy that I was expecting, to be a little more than it was. But the ending of the movie was one of the best closings I've seen to a movie in a long time.
Yeah, really.
And I kept thinking I wonder where this is going to end, because it was a very interesting story, and I liked the story, but I was always wondering, how's this going to end? And it blew me out of the water of where I thought it would have ended, and it ended perfectly.
What's funny is I'm trying to think, the ending wasn't that huge to me. I'm trying to think, maybe when we talk about spoilers after, this is going to be non-spoiler, by the way. Maybe when we talk about spoilers after, we'll figure it out, but
yeah,
that's weird. I agree. The whole movie itself, I like the fact Shia LaBeouf got to make this movie. Shia LaBeouf, let's say it correct. I would say Shia.
Shia.
I'm happy he got to make this movie. Some of it doesn't add up with the times. I think he didn't. I was looking it up last night. He didn't go into rehab, the Lucas Hedges part of the movie, until I think 2017. And the action stuff was about 2007. It looks like he was trying to pretend to be on the set of Transformers.
Okay.
But the 95, I don't remember when Even Stevens was, which was, I think they were playing a little spin on Even Stevens, which was his first show, which was all the little roles he was getting on TV. But yeah, I agree. This movie was just kind of this was good. I enjoyed it. I can see myself, I could watch it again. It was really well shot, really well directed. It was a really interesting story. It kind of explains a lot about Shia LaBeouf and some of the things that happened with him in the media. And he's always an actor I've loved.
Right.
He's so good. Even in Transformers 3, he is really, really good in that movie.
He is very good.
It's always shocking. He can always pull a good performance out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, in movies like Fury, and there's definitely one I'm forgetting that I love. But Holes, oh my God, Holes.
Holes, yep, Holes.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think my enjoyment from the opening shot of him on, I think it's Transformers, the set where the explosion gets pulled back.
It's a great shot.
Yeah, it was a great shot. I love that. That was super cool, and I was pumped.
Yeah.
The montage, there's a montage right after it where it kind of shows his life kind of going through. I wasn't a big fan of that.
See, I kind of liked that. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a different way to jump into this story.
Yeah, I was watching. I was like, this seems like a Matt kind of thing. Like he seems like he would like this. But I was like, okay, some of these shots are cool, but for the most part, I'm gonna keep it real. I have no clue what's going on. It was kind of hard to follow until the very end of it, which I kind of was like, okay, I can understand what's happening here. But beyond that, the rest of it was enjoyable. I think the story was very cool, and I'm assuming it's mostly true or 100% true.
There's some of it that's not true. The weird true part were the chickens.
I like the chickens. They were a good little symbol.
The chickens were true.
Yeah.
But yeah, the funny thing about this movie is there's just not a lot to talk about. I mean, I guess I recommend it to everyone. Yeah, no, I think everyone should see this movie, just because it's a true story.
Yeah, and
it explains someone who either you love or hate, in Shia LaBeouf. Whether or not you were old enough to understand the "just do it" stuff that which I always really loved. I don't know, and honestly, I feel like this movie was kind of skipped out Oscar season. I thought Shia maybe should have gone up for something.
Yeah, he did a very good job.
He did a very good job. I remember two things I wanted to say. Lucas Hedges did a really good job playing Shia LaBeouf. Yeah. He sounded like Shia LaBeouf. Like there's a scene where he has to go do something in the woods and then come back.
Yeah.
And what he says to his like therapy person, I can't think of it. Therapist. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of therapist.
Yeah.
It's early. I haven't had enough coffee yet.
Right.
What he said was like that's Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf definitely had to do the same thing and said the same thing to that person.
Yeah. No. I think all the scenes where he has to go to rehab and go through all the therapy was very interesting because
I'm kind of happy because it's stories told out of chronological order. It cuts back to him as a kid, and then it'll show him as an adult recurring his like writing a diary about him as a kid. And I was like, oh, one of these stories is gonna be bad.
Yeah.
They weren't. They were both very good.
Every time it flashed back, which a lot of the times in movies do this back and forth kind of thing, I hate it.
The Gentleman.
They
we were like, we didn't like that.
Yeah,
I've seen it before, and I'm like, I don't like this. They did a really good job in Honey Boy.
I was interested in every time it was cutting back. I was like, oh boy, we get to see this, and then cut forward. Oh boy, we get to see this, and then cut back. Like, I get to do this again.
I don't know what else to say about this other than okay. Now I also want Shia LaBeouf to play the Joker. Because there's a couple scenes where he's in like a Joker outfit. I'm like, yeah, you're the Joker.
That's a weird thought, but I would see that.
I would like imagine Robert Pattinson's Batman fighting Shia LaBeouf.
It isn't my first thought, but that'd be super interesting.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, I mean, go see Honey Boy. What would you give it out of 10?
6.5, maybe 7.
6.5. You're such a harder grader than I am. I always forget that. I was like, what? You just like this movie? Yeah, I really didn't have any problems, and it was great, but 6.5.
6.5.
You're a jerk.
Yeah, no, 5 is like I'm indifferent about this, like go watch it. I don't care.
6 is like recommend. I guess it's over. I'll stick to like I'm stuck between a 7 or I'll go 7.5.
Okay. So you're only one above me.
Shut up.
Calling me out.
Calling you out. But yeah, Honey Boy, we missed it in theaters. We saw it. It's available to rent now. Really highly recommend. It's a really interesting movie and really tells the mostly true, there isn't a lot of false things, there's just some things told out of order, life of Shia LaBeouf. Very interesting. Shia LaBeouf is so good in the movie. The directing is amazing. Everything about it's really good. Highly recommend it. Go check it out.
I definitely think you'll walk away learning something from that movie. So.
Definitely learning
It's a good little
something.
life story.
And that'll do it for this episode of Coffee Time. And quick review. And we will see you guys next time.